Let's start. So the International Master Study Program Global Change Management started in 2006. So we have quite a bit of experience with the study program, and we have changed the curriculum a couple of times. We are also now in the process of accreditation. So we will make some amendments to the curriculum, but the version that you have possibly seen on the internet is valid, and there will be no very big changes to it. The study program deals with global change, global environmental change, and the human driving forces which are causing climate change, biodiversity loss, degradation of soils, deforestation, etc. Many environmental problems that we are facing. The study program is in English language completely, and each autumn we can give admission to 25 or 26 students for it. So we are a rather small group in Eberswalde, which is about 60 kilometers east of Berlin, and we are located on the Forest campus, very nice campus area. So I will switch to my next slide, which is about the Anthropocene. So with the Anthropocene, we mean an era of where people, humans, are able to change the surface of the Earth, the composition of the atmosphere, the oceans, in the same way as tectonic forces do it. So in a way, the humans have become the new driving force, main driving force of changes. And the start of this era of Anthropocene is seen with the invention of the steam engine, which enabled us to use energy. It enabled industrialization, the use of fossil fuels, and so forth. So to come to the anthropogenic human drivers of global change, this is international trade, it is technological development, and this has brought many good things for humanity. Good healthcare, at least for a part of the population, food supply, a good living in urban areas, and so forth. But as an unintended side effect, we have several environmental problems that I just mentioned a moment ago. And I take climate change as one of these examples, and to also show you that we are talking about very complex interactions between only within the climate system. Here on this slide, you see tipping cascades in the climate system, which means when CO2 levels go up, the global average temperature goes up. What we experience is changes, for example, in the Arctic winter sea ice or in the permafrost, where a lot of methane is stored, as many of you surely know. So this means that we don't exactly know where the tipping elements, the tipping points are when we are talking, for example, about the permafrost in the tundra area in Siberia. So at what stage do we actually go above the limit where a lot of methane is started to be released into the atmosphere, which again then speeds up climate change. And so there is a lot of uncertainty into this. Of course, we know quite a bit about the climate system, but still there is a lot of uncertainty, and especially the interactions between these subsystems is not well known, since we are dealing with the experiment which has never been done on this scale on the global level. So I will come to reinforcing feedback loops and systems thinking in a minute. Climate change is, however, only one of the big issues and big problems we are facing in these exceptional times. Here on this slide, you see the planetary boundaries, where you see the safe operating space in terms of climate change, and we see that here we are already in the yellowish area. When looking at the biosphere integrity and the loss of biodiversity, we are already in the red zone, so beyond the planetary boundaries. This is one of the big topics we are talking about. What are the planetary boundaries? And this is related to the insight that actually our social systems and the many subsystems of it, including the economic subsystems, are all embedded into the global ecosystem, the biosphere. And here on this slide of the Stockholm Resilience Center, you see also a hint to the SDGs, which are the Sustainable Development Goals, which were agreed a couple of years ago. There are 17 SDGs, which all member states of the United Nations have signed. So this is part of the good news, that actually the nation states are taking sustainable development seriously. They have committed themselves, and actually this is where we can track where do we find serious policies towards reaching these sustainable development goals, which include some of them include no poverty, no hunger, good health, but also life below water, SDG number 14, life on land, SDG number 15, and climate action, SDG number 13. So are there any other good news regarding global change? Paris Agreement, of course, was a major breakthrough in international negotiations, and despite the fact that the climate negotiations have been going on for many years, the, let's say, big success has not yet materialized. But what is of course also a very positive development is the Fridays for Future movement and the mobilization of not only young people to act and make a clear political statement in favor of serious climate policies. Okay, I would like to come to the two main pillars of our study program, the first of which is systems thinking. In fact, the module the study program starts with a module which is called human well-being, and where we will have a look at what human well-being actually means. So what are the ways to measure human well-being? How can we frame it? And very soon, after looking at different indices to measure well-being, we will go into looking at the social and economic systems that provide us well-being and nature the well-being. So systems thinking and looking at the embedded ecological and social subsystems is a crucial part of the study program. We will look at the behavior of systems, including nonlinear behavior, including time delays. We will have a look at reinforcing feedback loop and balancing feedback loops, and also start to look at threats to the functioning of ecosystems and social systems and their interaction. So this is, in a way, the first semester, the winter semester, where we deal with human well-being, systems, the risk and threats to it. And then in the summer semester, where we have like an understanding, we actually are developing a global model we will have a look at change management. We will look at strategies of change management. We will look at SDGs, but we will also look at the implementation of change management at the different levels, on international level, national level, local level, the level of organizations and institutions and so forth. So with the intention to be change agents, increasing or speeding up the learning capacities of organization in order to get a large-scale system change towards sustainability. How do we teach? We do have a lot of group work. In a small group of 25, we have a lot of seminaristic discussions. Here on this picture in the background, you see the big walls where we're actually mapping our global model with the help of cards. So the study program the teaching is rather quite interactive. We will use the Marisco approach as a conceptual framework, which guides us through the individual modules of the study program. And you find handbooks and materials on the Marisco approach on the website of the Center for Econics and Ecosystem Management at our university, where I'm also involved, and which is providing a main framework for the study program. Then we digitalize our conceptual model, our mental model, and start to identify strategies, the leverage points by which we can then change systems and direct it towards sustainable development. All right. We also use a lot of role plays and simulations. Actually, next Monday, we are using 2 simulation tools provided by Climate Interactive, C-ROADS and En-ROADS, in an online simulation. Now in COVID-19 times, we have shifted all the teaching into an online mode, and how it will look like in autumn remains to be seen, but it works fairly well with these online tools and this simulation as well. Excursions and events obviously have not been possible this year. Here in the lower right picture, you see students at the Ukraine excursion. Within the module Natural Resources Management in Transformation Countries, we have since 10 years done an excursion to the Ukraine, to the Carpathian Biosphere Reserve in the southwest part of Ukraine. But other excursions include, in normal times, excursions to Bonn and Munich, also including taking part in the UNFCCC negotiations in Bonn. We do not teach alone with HNEE stuff, but we have internationally renowned partners which all provide sub-modules to the study program. These include Germanwatch, which is a small but very influential environmental development NGO based in Bonn and Berlin. The Gesellschaft für internationale Zusammenarbeit is a partner with a focus on international cooperation. Then Munich Re Foundation is a partner, and in this module we have a look at risk management and the insurance industry. Naturschutzbund, the students actually right now are having an online course with Naturschutzbund, and then the Potsdam Institute for Climate Impact Research is a further partner, and the Thünen Institute, which is a direct neighbor at our forest campus. We also have a company, which is the Weinrichs Chocolate, which also provides modules on sustainable businesses, a real-life challenge for chocolate industry, which is, of course, a very interesting case for change management as well. So where do students work after their studies? They work at NGOs, they work at public agencies, such as the Federal Environmental Agency, or at the UNFCCC. They work at businesses just as GIZ, Patagonia, Weinrich Chocolate, and research institutions where also a PhD is possible. We also have PhD students at our university, and these PhD studies are done together with universities. Okay, if you have questions to this, we can come to these later on. This is from our alumni survey in 2017. How satisfied are you with your current job position? And the majority of the respondents clearly was very satisfied and found that they are doing meaningful things in their work life. So I would like to thank for your attention, and if you have any questions, please type them into the chat, and yeah, I welcome everybody to apply for the study program and become a change agent, speeding up transformation processes and accelerating change. Thank you very much.